live on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube right now. So the point of this is for us to be able to optimize our LinkedIn profiles. In order to optimize our LinkedIn profile, there are 3 sections to your profile. There's your identity, your summary, your history, which is your experience, and then there's your credibility. So the first 3 are the most important: your identity, who you are; your summary about you and like who you help and how you help them; and then your history, which is like your experience. And then ultimately there's credibility as well, which is optional, but that's like the 4th part, where you can't control as much. The credibility, you can't control as much as you can your identity, summary, and history. So I put that as kind of like a separate thing. So let me show you how this works so that you can learn. And for those of you that are already EVAI Pro members, we're going to be sharing more about this on Wednesday at 10 a.m. We have a 2-hour strategy session. And you also get frameworks, checklists, cheat sheets, and scripts and all that stuff to be able to implement all this very fast. So let me quickly share my screen and just show you what you can do. So if you go into LinkedIn, and I'm going to quickly roast Diane's profile, Diane Forster. So I'm going to go right here, and you could see her profile on LinkedIn is on the first page of Google. So I pull it up, and I right away see that she has 13,000 followers, which is amazing. However, she can easily have a link under where it says Vista, California. She can easily have a link to her most important link. So what would that look like? So if you go to Tammy's profile, I'm going to go to Tammy's profile just to kind of compare Tammy's profile to her profile. You'll notice that Tammy has a link right here where it says EVAI Sales Assistant, try it. You see that? Can you guys see the difference? So if I click on try it, it opens up right to EVAI, right to her company. This also helps from an SEO standpoint, from a search engine optimization standpoint. It helps be able to come out like that as well. So you're missing that link over there. The way that you put that link in is by clicking on the little pencil. And when you click on the little pencil, you scroll down to the way bottom, and you see where it says custom button. As a premium member, you have the ability to choose a custom button. When you press add a custom button, then you choose where it says link, and then you can put your link and your text there. That's what I recommend that you do. You put your link in your text there so it looks really nice, and it shows a big fat link right on your profile, which I love. The second thing that I noticed that you're missing is your verification badge. Your verification badge, if you go to linkedin.com/verify, you can put in your government ID, and then you get a verification badge. Now, what I see that you're doing great here is you wrote TV host trainer, which I absolutely love. Tammy wrote she, her. If you guys don't want to write she, her, you don't have to. You can click on the little pencil, go to the pronoun section, click on custom pronoun, and over here you can write LinkedIn AI expert, whatever you want to write there, which is your pronoun, and you can be called whatever you want. So someone once complained to me. She said, Joe, why are you ruining the whole pronoun thing? It's meant she, her, or they. I said, really? What about LinkedIn expert? I want you to call me a LinkedIn expert. That's my new gender. And they're like, what are you talking about? You can't ruin it like that and put marketing in there. I was like, listen, I can call it whatever I want. If you want me to call you they, you call me a LinkedIn expert. Okay? Thank you very much. Have a good day. And that's where the conversation ended very quickly. In addition, do you see over here, so you're missing that little thing. Also, what you can also do from your mobile phone is you can add a little voice pronunciation. So you can add a little voice pronunciation next to your name. So if you edit your name, you can actually leave a 10-second voice note, and that'll add a little voice icon here. It'll make it really easy for you to have that voice icon. That makes your life so easy. Diane said that she wants to show her affiliate link. So Diane, if you want to put your affiliate link in the comments of this Zoom, feel free if you have it. If you don't have it, you can go to, if you don't have it, you can go to eviai.com and then click on affiliate on the top center here. You see affiliate, and then click on register now. You probably already have an account, but if you don't, you click register now, make an account. If you do have an account, you just click on login on the bottom here, and then you could log in, reset your password if you don't have it. But register as an affiliate, put in your affiliate link, and then you'll earn 20% for 3 years from anyone that signs up for this. But if you're a referral of Diane, just let me know that Diane referred you to us, and I'll be more than happy to attribute your affiliate commissions for signing up to EVAI to Diane. Now, check it out. Do you see the way Tammy has a banner that's sliding on the top, a background banner that keeps sliding and sliding and sliding? That's the new banner slideshow that LinkedIn made. It's not available for all profiles, But I recommend setting up your banners in Canva so that when it is available, you have your 5 banners ready to go. And you can upload up to 5 banners. You see Tammy has a QR code. She has call to action. She has a bunch of really cool things happening over here on the banners. Okay, any questions so far about the identity? Okay, helpful? So far, so good. Okay, so I roasted your profile just a little bit with the identity, telling you about the link, telling you about the verification badge, telling you about the 5 banners if you have it available on your profile. Now let's move on to the next section, which is your summary section. And you used to have a bunch of other crap on your first name and last name, and you removed it. That was against LinkedIn terms and conditions, so I'm glad you fixed that up. My pleasure. Let's move down to the summary section, which is the about section. Now, the about section is a really important part because this about section is a section that will allow you to be able to show up on LinkedIn search results. So you can have a very simple about section or you can have a complicated about section. Your about section is good, and it's really easy to contact you. However, if somebody wants to email you, you're not making it easy for people to email you. You have to go to the website and start fishing for the email. My recommendation is if you have a high-ticket product that you want people to contact you about, just put in your email and often your cell phone number there. You're not going to get that much more spam than you're already getting. How do I know? Because I have 50,000 followers. I put my cell phone there and I don't get extra spam, but the right people reach out to me when they need to. So I do recommend putting your email in your cell phone. Everyone already has your email anyway. Everyone that needs your cell phone already has your cell phone. Just make it really easy for your prospects to find you and to call you or to email you. So don't just make people have to jump through hoops to go to your website. Okay, this is your personal LinkedIn profile. So I do recommend making your call to action a little bit easier. I love the way you break things down with who works with me, other services offered, who I work with. If you do speaking engagements, I would put your top speaking, maybe your top 1 or 2 speaking, the things you speak about. I know you're very into speaking engagements, but it's not 100% clear the things that you speak about. Although you do put your Google Doc here, which I'm going to just inspect real quick just to kind of see what you have on that Google Doc. This is request for a speaking interview. That's cool. I would just put in the topic that you speak about because people do want to look at that. If you have the ability to add a topic, I would just add that topic whenever possible. The other thing that I would do, okay, I love that you put your Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. That's really good so people can find you on other social platforms. Your services page needs a little bit of work. I don't know if you know this, but you can actually add images, videos, and blurbs of text to your services page, and you can also have recommendations. So if you already are using the LinkedIn services section, I do recommend you optimize your services page, Diane. So that would be helpful. Again, it's not going to take you more than a few minutes to optimize your services page, but you would do a really good job optimizing it if you do optimize it. Jen, I see you're sending me messages or things that you need help with. I'll help you later. I love the way that you have your business networking one sheet, and I love that you have a special design for your business networking one sheet. This is business networking one sheet that we created together. The only thing I would do here is I would tell you to get people to comment on your one sheet. You want at least 100 likes and 100 comments on this one sheet. How do you get 100 likes and 100 comments? You copy the link, save it into EviAI. So I'm going to log into EviAI. You go into your templates. You see templates in EviAI. You click add new template, and you add it as a template in EviAI. It says, please do me a favor and like and comment on my EviAI one sheet. I'll show you what mine looks like in my EviAI. So I'm going to go in here, app.eviai.com. I'm going to click on templates, and I'll show you my one sheet template. Here's my one sheet template. It says, hope your year has begun to a positive note. I just launched my business networking one sheet for 2025, and I would be honored if you can take a look at it, give it a like, and leave a comment. Do you think you might be able to do that for me? I really appreciate it, and I bless you. Here's my link to my one sheet. Do you see that? So I would say something to that degree in your own voice. I'm the type of guy to say, bless you, whatever. You might not be the type of gal to do that. But whatever you want to say, but at least have a little thing with your one sheet here that you can send to whoever you have a conversation with and make it really easy for them to build a relationship with you. I do recommend you also save your EviAI affiliate link as a template so that whenever you need it, you have it, and you can go to EviAI on your cell phone and you'll have all your templates there ready to go. So any template you ever need for marketing, that speaker one sheet that you had there, it's for people to fill out as a speaker, add it as a template. All your templates should be stored as templates here in Evie AI, so you always have access to it in one place, all your networking, marketing, and prospecting templates. But I'll stop sharing my screen for just a second, and I'll share her business networking one sheet in the comments so you guys can click on it and learn from it. It takes about 5 minutes to build the content and the design for the business networking one sheet if you're using Evie AI Pro. Why? Because we give you the custom GPT for building it all out. So you don't have to sit there and like take time to build it out. We'll just quickly just drop your LinkedIn profile into a place. It writes all the content for you. And then we give you the template for Canva, and then you just plop in the content. So if you don't have Evie AI Pro and you want the bundle, which gives you an additional $10,000 worth of training, I know that I had a conversation with Carol about it. She said she was going to sign up to it, and a couple of, I think Ann also or whoever. But yes, I would recommend you join Evie AI Pro and grab the bundle. We do have a 2-hour training we're doing on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern that you should join. If you do decide to get the bundle, do it before then so that you can join our class, and then you can get all our frameworks like our plan, our people, our pitch, and everything else that you need in order for you to book 5 conversations a day with LinkedIn. Okay, let's keep moving on. Everything's clear so far, right? You guys, you understand you need a one sheet. You understand what to add to the about section. You understand the banners and everything else. Let's move on to the next thing. Diane, sure, Megan. No, you don't do. So because this is your featured post, it's your main post of the year, you can leave it there for a year and then get comments over the course of the next several weeks and ever several months. The key is, as you know, if you have several thousand relationships on LinkedIn, you have, let's say, 5,000 connections or even 1,000 connections, a percentage of those connections you're going to be having a conversation with. So as you're having a conversation with them, say, hey, I built my one sheet so you can see who I want introductions to. Do you mind giving it a like and leaving a comment? Then when anybody looks at your profile, if they see you have 100 likes and 100 comments on one post, even if it's a post from a year ago, it still adds a ton of credibility to your profile because it's your featured post. Most people don't even know it's from a year ago. They just see a post on your profile with 100 likes and 100 comments. They're like, holy shit. And they want to click on it, and then they read it, and it's basically your advertisement. It says who you are, who you want to meet, who you want to be introduced to, how you can introduce you to them, all your skills, passions, what you speak about, and all your contact information. That is extremely, extremely powerful. So yeah, so using that featured section and getting 100 likes and 100 comments is a little hack. Even if your average post only gets 2 or 3 likes and comments, most people will just see that featured section. They won't even see all your posts unless they know how to look for it. Okay, my pleasure. Thanks for asking that. Is there a way to pin it? Yes, there's an easy way to pin it. Any post that you want to pin on your profile, you just click on the actual post. Let's say, for example, Tammy wants to pin this post over here. You click on the post like this. Let me go back to it because this is the live that we have right now. Let's say I wanted to pin. I'm not going to pin that post. I want to pin this one right over here. So if I want to pin this post with the information about the LinkedIn Influencer Summit, I click the 3 dots, and then I click feature on top of my profile. You see that? It's the first option. It's feature on top of my profile. I click on that, and now if I go to Tammy's profile, you see the way that on top of her profile, this LinkedIn Influencer Summit post is featured right here front and center. So that's what you want to do with your business networking one sheet. You want to make sure that it's right there front and center. All right. Now, Diane, a couple of other things that you can do. First of all, I do see you have posts, comments, videos, images, articles, events. However, you don't have any documents. So because you upload this as an image, you didn't upload it as a PDF, it's not showing up as a document. So my recommendation is to upload this as a document. And the way that you upload it as a document is when you're uploading a post on LinkedIn, you select the document option. So you click into the post, then you click on the little plus sign, and then you click on the document right here. You see it says add a document? And then a new section will show up on your recent post called documents. So when you're saving it from Canva, save it as a PDF, and then upload the PDF, and then unfeature that post, feature the new one, then share it with me and everybody else, and build on getting 100 likes onto the document. Documents get further than images once in a while. I wouldn't recommend doing every post as a document, but have that at least be one document that you share. The reason I like documents is people can download those documents. They could zoom into those documents. There's a lot they can do with those documents, and they're really, really cool. So I do recommend adding it as a document. And if you look at when my LinkedIn account comes back online, which hopefully will happen soon, you'll be able to see my business networking one sheet, how it's a document. And if you go into the school community, if you go to school.com/EviAI, you'll see a lot of people have been posting their one sheets. So if you want to see examples of all of our students' one sheets, you go, for example, to Kendall's one sheet. Kendall's one of our clients. You can see her one sheet. Do you see the way it's a document and how it's high res, even if I make it massive? And if I zoom in, do you see it's still high res? And I can copy and paste the content from here, and I can download it from the top. So this way, people can download the PDF very quickly. You see that? This is Kendall's profile, her business networking one sheet. So this makes it very easy for people to be able to see this as a document. And I do recommend when you're making your one sheet, and we have a 1.5 hour video about our one sheet that we give all of our EviAI Pro members. So if you want access to our bundle, it's app.eviai.com/bundle, app.eviai.com/bundle. And of course, if you're watching this later, make sure to use Diane's link if you want to sign up to EviAI free. And this way, Diane gets credit if you use Diane's link to sign up to EviAI. I put her link in the chat as well. If you want information about our bundle to get texted to you, let's say you're watching live right now and you want information about the bundle to get texted to you, just send the word bundle to 973-841-8868. That's 973-841-8868. Send the word bundle, and then my CRM will text you the bundle. How cool is that? That my CRM, while I'm sitting here, my CRM could text you things automatically. I love that. I love doing that. I love setting that system up. And that system is part of unlimiteddigitalmarketing.com. It's based on Go High Level, and Go High Level can send texts and calls and do all types of stuff. But we offer a version of that through my agency, Ajax Union. We call it unlimiteddigitalmarketing.com. Okay, and if you guys were on the cruise and you need access to that and you're a pro member, just let me know. Okay. But it's okay. But if you need access to Go High Level, just let me know that you need access to it, and we'll chat about giving you a special deal. Instead of paying $3,000 a year, I'll cut you a special deal for it if you decide that you want the bundle or you want pro or whatever. I'll make a deal with you. Anyway, I'm the type of guy that wants to help out all the people on the cruise. I love helping you guys out, so definitely hit me up if you want support. I'm always happy to share everything. Okay, do you see it says posts, comments, videos, images, articles, events? You can also have a newsletter. So Diane, because you have the ability to have a newsletter on LinkedIn, if you open up a newsletter with LinkedIn, LinkedIn will automatically send people to subscribe to your newsletter. And when you send a newsletter article, it also sends out an email to all those people. I have 14,000 and change subscribers to my newsletter. And so newsletters are really important because they get delivered. Megan, were you going to say something? I'm sorry. I see you muted yourself and unmuted yourself. Megan, you're good? Oh, okay. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, good idea. No, you're good. Amazing. So now you can do your newsletter and then you can paste it in here. And then it also starts ranking in Google. So a lot of the things that I post in my newsletter, which you can't see now because whatever, I can't show it to you now because my account is restricted. But you'll be able to see it as soon as it comes live. A lot of the things that I post on my newsletter are now ranking on the first page of Google because my newsletter ranks on Google. So that's an interesting thing. Interesting ideas related to that. Yeah, so that's that. So again, newsletters are really, really powerful. How do you rank on Google? You don't have to do anything. It just automatically ranks on Google. Yeah, LinkedIn automatically just makes things rank on Google. That's the idea. if you have, are you on, or do you have 25 editions of your newsletter on LinkedIn? So I'll show you. Look, Dagmar Fleming. I'm just going to search you right now on LinkedIn. So check this out. I'm going to search you here. And now check this out. I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to look for your newsletter, which is right here. Then I'm going to search this on Google. Do you see the way it's right here on the first page of Google from 5 days ago? The hidden money curse, how to break free. So yeah, so this ranks on the first page of Google. So a lot of the keywords that are in here, even for somebody like Tammy that's not even connected to you, and by the way, I'm going to leave you a like, and I'll have Tammy drop you a comment because Tammy's so generous, and she loves dropping comments for Dagmar. So go ahead. This article highlights the profound impact of generational beliefs. Reflecting on our past, we can empower blah, blah, blah. I left you a nice little comment. But check this out. Any of these things that you put over here will rank on Google. And this link will also be linked on Google. So, yeah, the invisible chains that hold you back. Like you can just search. I often will rank on Google for some major keywords, and LinkedIn will show up for that. Right now it's not showing up for that particular word, but often it'll show. You should include keywords and make things unique. Do you see the way this is the only thing you wrote? You are trapped in generational money drama. Are you trapped in generational money? You see the way I quoted that? This is the only thing on the internet that it found with that word in it, and it was a random header inside your article. So if you want to rank for major keywords, then you could rank for major keywords by including those major keywords inside your articles or questions that people ask. Like I have a list of 200 questions that people ask about LinkedIn. I made an article about it, and all those questions now rank on the first page of Google when people ask those questions. So you can make a list of all the questions that people would ever ask about you, and boom, there you go. Make sense? If it makes dollars, it makes sense. All right, let's keep giving you guys some ideas. So far, what did we do? We taught you about your identity. We taught you about your summary. Let's talk a little bit about your history. Your history needs to tell a story. We all have a story. We went from job to job to job to job. Make sure that your history only has the jobs that are relevant to your current job. Don't have things that are completely irrelevant. And also, every part of your history needs to tie in to what you're doing now. So with AI, it's really easy for you to be able to do. You can share your experience and how your current experience, tell a story of how that experience ties into what you're doing now. In case somebody reads it. Most of the time, no one's even going to read your experience section, but it's good to have it there in case somebody read. I wrote that I was a rabbi, and I decided I don't want to be a rabbi anymore. I wanted to become a CEO and blah, blah, blah. And sometimes people reach out to me and say, Joe, I was looking through your experience section. I saw that you were a rabbi. That's really interesting. I'd love to talk to you about that more and blah, blah, blah. And it turns into a conversation. So whatever you write in your experience, not only will other people see, but also you'll be training AI on your experience as well. Because now AI reads profiles. So for example, I'll give you an example of how AI reads a profile. I'll just show you right now. So for example, if I go to Dagmar's profile again, I'm going to go to Dagmar, and I'm using my artificial intelligence technology called Evi AI, and I want to be able to pull up Dagmar's profile using my AI. I click on networking, I click on summary. It shows me all the information about Dagmar, her education, her experience, how she's a founder of multiple companies, or anybody else that I would want. Let's say I would want to find Megan. I'm going to look up Megan. Megan Benson right here. Okay, so Dr. of Fun. I'm going to click on Megan Benson, Dr. of Fun, summary. I'm going to summarize your profile now. It's going to load all the information from your profile, including your birthday. And then it's going to pull everything here on the side and tell me everything about you. So what is it going to do, Megan? It's going to tell me your company, what you do for a living. It'll tell me who your ideal clients are, your target market, your career highlights, your key achievements. It'll tell me your company insights. It's a solution for companies used to make fun and drive blah, blah, blah. Organizations that seek to improve employees is your target market. Seek improve employee engagement. Growth areas, relationships. So conversation starters that are professional and that are extremely unprofessional, like your transition from Fortune 100 corporate career to whatever. And then a template about how I can introduce you. You see that? I love this little template here. So here's a little introduction template on how I can introduce you to people in my network. I'll share it with you in the chat so you guys can read it. And then more meeting prep, and then background information about you. So we have all that available for you with just a click of a button. So whatever you put in your experience section will train other artificial intelligence technologies. So if I want to train any AI, I can click on the More button, click on Save Profile as a PDF, and it downloads your whole profile as a PDF. I now can drag this profile into ChatGPT. I'm going to open it up on my ChatGPT because this is Tammy's account. So I'm going to go in here just to give you an example of how I can train the AI very quickly. So if maybe later, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to just drag this PDF into here. And I'm going to say, make me a one sheet. I'm going to go in here. Let's see. It's still uploading. It's 50% done uploading. Specifically a business networking one sheet. Were you here when we showed Diane's business networking one sheet? Yeah, no worries. You're good. You're good. So we have the ability to have our artificial intelligence technology build you a business networking one sheet in just seconds. And then you can take that one sheet and use our template inside Evi AI Pro to automatically design your own one sheet that you could share on your profile. And we have a 90-minute video that explains step-by-step how to do that. And do you see the way it's telling you about Megan, the best ways to contact her, links to find out more information, and then it's also going to build out what her current projects are for 2024. You probably change it to 2025. And then it'll say who she wants to meet, who her center of influence are, just broken down into bullet points. So it's easy to make introductions for Megan. And then how to introduce Megan with a blurb on how to, if you're making an email intro, easy way to do it. And then it shows all her skills, experience, and passion. So where's it pulling this out of? It's pulling it all out of her LinkedIn profile. So my recommendation is to optimize your experience section that would help train AI, and to optimize your education and licenses to optimize AI. Just think about it, training AI. So this is kind of like all the stuff that would go into our prompts. So use this as kind of like your way of training AI about your stories and who you are and your experiences and everything else. Okay, so that's that. And then the only last thing that I want to tell you guys before time is up, and I know that my assistant is telling me that my time is up, so let me just make sure that I have nothing else, no one waiting for me now at 4:30. I'm double checking my calendar. So my assistant, I have a call with my assistant, but Jen, do you mind if we just keep going for a few more minutes? Let me pause for a second. My voice is almost shot, but yes, Jen, are you cool if I keep doing this for the peeps? Okay, thank you, Jen. Appreciate you. We all appreciate. Can we appreciate Jen? Let's appreciate Jen. Thank you, Jen. Yay, Jen. Jen is amazing. So at 5:30, by the way, we have a high-speed networking event. All of us are getting together on this same Zoom. So if you guys want to meet like a dozen or 2 dozen people from the cruise one-on-one, then join me back here in an hour, and it's going to be fun. We're going to have a great time. I'll be moderating. I'll be talking a lot less because I'll be throwing you guys into rooms right away and let you do the talking. I'll just be interrupting you every few minutes to pull you back in, have a conversation, and throw you back into the rooms to meet more people. Fabiola, if you come late, no worry. You'll just meet less people. It's fine. Don't worry about it. How long do you think I'll last? That's a good question. I don't know. Depends what I ate. It'll probably be an hour. I'm kidding. It's an hour, but I'll do it again. A couple of people told me to do it in the morning instead of the afternoon. People told me don't do it in the morning, do it in the afternoon. So I'll be doing a couple of them over the course of the next couple of months. I really enjoy doing them. I really enjoy just helping people, bringing them together so that people can make money with each other. I don't see a lot of people doing that, just like giving that away. So I love being able to be a provider of blessing for people. So that's why I do it. Lounging. Wow. Tevye. 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 Yeah. Yeah, he's a sweetheart. Tevye's a sweetheart. Oh, let me quickly show. I want to share one more thing with you guys because I don't want you to miss this out, and I think it's important for us to share. You see Diane's profile. You see how many recommendations she has. Let me scroll down. The last time she got a recommendation was in 2024, so it was about a year ago or so. The last time she got a recommendation. I recommend getting recommendations on a regular basis. So you want to make sure that you're getting maybe one new recommendation every quarter, or if you can, every month, just so that it shows front and center the testimonials you get from your clients. It's not hard to get a recommendation. So I'm gonna ask for Diane to leave Tammy a recommendation. So I'm gonna click on About Evie AI. So how do you do that? So let's say I say, Diane, what do you think about Evie AI so far? Right. So she think, okay, good. So she'll say it's amazing. I love it. It saves me a ton of time. Blah blah blah. And even the dashboard that we created for you, if you if you have exported your LinkedIn connections for the people that have sent us their dashboard, we made a solid dashboard for people to be able to recognize, strategize, and prioritize their contacts. So if we haven't created a dashboard for you, this is the one that we created, for example, for Deborah Morrison. I'll just quickly pull hers up. This is all of her connections: first name, last name, LinkedIn URL. For many people, their email, company name, position, connected on. Then we went ahead and asked Claude to identify who's a female based on their first name. These days you can't really tell, but most of the time you can. Whatever, you might think they're a female for the most part. Whatever, we're not getting into that conversation, but I'm getting into it anyway. But whatever, I don't want to get into it. Let's move on. Bottom line is she wanted to only target females, so we basically sorted all the females. But if I want to know all the people that she connected with, say in 2016, I can clear out over here and say 2016. Now I can see all her connections for 2016. And with a click of a button, I can Google search the person, or I can talk to them, or I can have a plan. And she could also write who she knows and who she doesn't know each year by year. So Diane, if you want that, you get that as a bonus for signing up to the bundle for Evie AI Pro. We'll make you one of these custom for you. I don't know if I made one for you yet, but if I didn't, okay, we're gonna. So all you got to do is go to strategy.eviai.com/dashboard. Remember, you went to /plan/people/pitch. Go to /dashboard, and then there's a video with instructions on how to get this dashboard done, and I'll make sure to get it for you for your 13,000 people. But what I wanted to say is, once you ask somebody, what do you think about my product or service, or what do you think about our conversation, and they say accolades about you, because most decent people will do that, then you go to their profile. Let's say, for example, I'm going to Diane's profile. I'm going to click the More button, and then I'm going to click Recommend. Then I'm going to click Request a Recommendation. Do you see the fourth option, Request a Recommendation? So when I click on this Request a Recommendation, and I select our relationship, so I'm going to say Diane was a client of mine. The position was president of Evie AI. Hey, Diane, would you write me a recommendation, please, about how much you love Evie AI and how much time it saves you, etc. Now, when I press send, Diane will get a DM, a direct message from Tammy. Now, the beauty of this is that Diane doesn't have to do the work to go to Tammy's profile, click the More button, click Recommend, choose the relationship. She bypasses all that stuff. All she has to do is open up her DM, click on the link, and write the recommendation and hit send. She doesn't have to think about what even to write about. Why? Because Diane, I told her what to write about in the DM. I write about how amazing, how much time it saves you, and all the stuff she said to me anyway. So that's my hack for getting recommendations. The hack is going to the person's profile you're already connected to after you had a conversation with them. So if you're talking to someone on the phone and they're a client of yours, or they're a friend of yours, or you networked with them, or they were on the cruise, and you say, what do you think about our relationship? And they say, oh my God, you're amazing, you're so lovely. And say, hey, do you mind leaving me a LinkedIn recommendation? They say yes. Don't just expect them to go to your profile to leave you a recommendation. Instead, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're building a relationship with that person. The way that you're building a relationship with that person is how? You're building a relationship with them by going to their profile, clicking on the More button, clicking Request a Recommendation, and make it happen that way. That's really the key. Okay?
Mhm.
All
Yeah.
right.
Joe, I know you have to go, but do you have some kind of webinar where you show what you do and what we can buy from you?
Yeah, I do have a webinar that where I show what I do and where I show what you can buy from me. I will send you, Dagmar, I will send you our last webinar. So if you just go to eviai.com/webinar-replay, http://www.eviai.com/webinar-replay. I have a 90-minute webinar that you could watch there, and you can speed through it if you want. But you want to watch that webinar because I show on that webinar how I use EviAI to message somebody, have them reply to me, get their cell phone number, have a conversation with them while I'm on the webinar. Within 5 minutes, the guy responded to me. I sent one message. The guy responded to me, and then he said he's interested in my service. Literally within, I just show how I do it in real time. So if you watch that webinar under webinar-replay, you'll be able to watch that for free, send it to your friends. It's a fun educational webinar, and I make the offer for the bundle and whatever it is from there as well. So, and I talk about the affiliate link. I saw all that stuff. Carol, you were on there? Oh, what did you think? Feel free to unmute yourself. Share.
I watched the replay. Yeah, I thought it was great. Like, you just made it look so easy in dealing with him and getting him to sign up. It was awesome. Yeah, I loved it.
Thank you for sharing. Appreciate that. I appreciate that. So, question, Diane, did you get the value that you came to get here today? You wanted me to share value with you. Do you feel like you got the value?
I more than got value. I have about 6 or 7 things that I'm going to be implementing immediately. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. And things that I'm already doing that I should be doing, can be doing better. So, yeah, you're always tremendously valuable and generous with all of your services and everything that you do. So I appreciate you, Joe. And if you guys have not signed up, I highly recommend it. It's been really so helpful already in the short couple of weeks I've been using it. So, and especially if you've got your clientele is on LinkedIn, which whose isn't, but I don't spend a lot of time on Facebook and Instagram. That's social media. This is the business platform. And so I'm looking for women who really want to launch their TV shows or be a part of our network, and they're really committed to what they do. So this is the perfect place for me. Thank you for that. So.
All right. I appreciate you sharing that. Thank you very much. Look, for me, my goal is to help people be able to have a voice on social media. And I feel like a lot of people are afraid of it. And part of that is because they don't have the right strategy. They're not sure how to do it right and correct. And so not only did I build a technology that can do it for you, I love sharing the strategies, especially with you guys and with your audiences. So my recommendation is if you want to look really good in front of a group of 20, 30, 40 people, have me speak for the group and just share insights on how to get clients or how to network or how to build relationships. You all have an audience. Or if you don't have an audience, build an audience for yourself. Find a group of 10, 20, 30 people you can bring together, people that were on the cruise, other people, and let's do something together so that I can help you and your audience. I'm happy to coach you and guide you, but why not have an audience watch? And then you can share what, like Diana shared, her affiliate link below, because she's the one that organized this event. And if you share your affiliate link, you will get commission. It's not like 50 people came to this or 100 people came to this, but we are live right now, and Diana can go to the Facebook Live, drop her affiliate link there. She can go to the YouTube Live, drop her affiliate link in the comments. She can go to the LinkedIn Live on Tammy's profile and drop her affiliate link in the comments and so on. So the key is for me to be able to support you on your journey. I believe that in order for you to be able to generate $100,000 in profit in your business, you need to have more conversations. I was telling Cheryl Plouffe, I don't know if you guys know Cheryl, Danella and Tom are partners, and I was telling her, I said, what's your goal this year? She's like, I want my 59 coaches or however many coaches to be able to get to the next level so that they can pay us the $100,000 or whatever it is that they have to pay if they receive X amount of revenue. They have like a deal with their coaches that, they pay X amount up front. I think it's like $12,000 up front or whatever. And then if you get to a certain revenue level, you pay another $12,000, then you pay $25,000, you pay $100,000, blah, blah, blah. That's the idea. So I said, the biggest issue with your coaches is they're not getting on the phone. Am I right? She's like, yes. How'd you know? I said, because that's the biggest issue with people. They're not having enough conversations with their target market. So I said, I can solve that because I have 1,000 conversations a year. Every single year, I have a minimum of 1,000 conversations. That's how I generated millions of dollars in my marketing agency, Ajax Union. We're on the Inc. 500. How did I do that? I did that through conversations. I just spoke to a guy today that came from a referral on LinkedIn. I had a conversation with a guy. He's not connected to me on LinkedIn. I'm not even on LinkedIn right now. I had a conversation with a guy today. The guy has 100 employees he wants to buy Evie AI for. If I get 10 of those clients, 10 this year, I generate $1 million in profit. 10 of those clients. And I'm using my relationships. In order for me to get 10 of those clients, I know I need to have 1,000 conversations. Not every conversation is going to turn into something. But it might sound very overwhelming to have 1,000 conversations. But if I break it down to 15-minute conversations, and I'm only doing it 5 times a week, because I'm taking off Saturday, I'm taking off Sunday, I want to spend time with my kids. So 5 days out of the week, I'm having 5 conversations a day. That's 20 a week. That's 80 a month. And if there's 12 months, it's 1,000 a year. For me, I some days will have 10 conversations. Some days I'll have group sessions where I'll have 500 people. On February 19th at 2 p.m., I'm going to have 1,000 people in a room. That's one of my biggest events of the year. But even if only 300 people show up, because lately not 1,000 people aren't showing up to things like they used to. But even if I only have a few hundred people show up to that event, and I'm going to be teaching for 3 hours how to use LinkedIn, I'm not going to be teaching it. I pulled the top LinkedIn influencers that each get 1,000 likes on their post to come teach, and they're each doing 15 minutes. How did I do that? I did that through conversations. One conversation at a time, I got the influencers to show up. Now the influencers are all promoting it to their audience. You guys get what I'm talking about? This happens from conversations, and conversations lead to conversions. So I want to encourage you and make you realize that networking is not it's not a complete art. There's an art to it, but it's not a complete art. You still have to put in the work. You still have to water the bamboo every single day. And if you water the bamboo in 5 years, they might grow 90 feet in 30 days or whatever the term is. But you got to water it. You got to water your network. You got to set up. I had another call with a guy who was an SVP of a bank. His bank went out of business a couple of months ago. I don't know if you know the story, but a big bank in New York went out of business. One of the top SVPs in the bank. I reached out to him then. I said, I know you're busy. I know things are crazy. I'm going to reach out to you in a few months, and I'd like to have a one-on-one with you to help resume, because they stopped our LinkedIn training then because the bank went out of business. So it was a problem. I just had a call with him today while I came out of the sauna. I had an amazing call with him. He was one of my 1,000 calls for the year, and he wants to bring me in front of 50 CEOs to have a conversation with them about how to use AI with LinkedIn. That's amazing, right? And it's already booked in the calendar for this month. I'm going to do it towards the end of the month. This happens from conversations. All of you can achieve this. Every single one of you can achieve this. All you have to do is have conversations every single day with your target market. Have your business networking one sheet done. You saw the way I did Megan's. Megan, did you see your business networking one sheet created in about 3 seconds? The whole sheet was created just like that. It's done. Now you just need a template from Canva. Then you plug in all the information with your image in the right place and your colors. Or you can do what Diane did, send it to her team, and her team will completely design it in her own unique brand. And it's beautiful. It's ready to go. Now you have to learn how to post it the right way. So we have a 90-minute session teaching you all that stuff on how to post it and everything. How do you register to the event, to the Influencer Summit? You just go to influencersummit2025.com. Very simple. Influencersummit2025.com. You can register. It's completely free. There's no charge to it to come. If you want the recordings, Esty, my co-host, charges for the recordings. But if you sign up to Evie AI Pro, I throw in the recordings for free. So instead of paying a few $100 for the recordings, I give it to you included in Evie AI Pro. I give you a ton of bonuses. So don't worry. Throughout the year, I'm just going to throw things extra to Evie AI Pro users. Tevya, it's good that you made it. I'm so glad you made it. It's good to see you.
I had it for 5 o'clock. That's the problem.
Where's your hat? I want to know where your hat is. Megan's wearing your hat. It looks like Megan's wearing a hat. She's not. There he goes. There he goes. He has his hat on. Megan, your red thing looks like you're wearing one of those Tevya hats.
It's my throne.
It's your throne. It's like your Game of Thrones. But it looked like a hat before. I was like, oh my God, she's wearing a red hat. It's cute. I like red hats also. I don't just like green hats. I like red hats too. Okay, so the date is February 19th from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Dagmar. So let your audience know about the Influencer Summit. If you guys want to give them some type of freebie to come to a 3-hour event, just post it on social media and say, hey guys, I'm going to this event. It's free. The top 8 LinkedIn influencers on LinkedIn are presenting there. Meet me there. I'd love to have you guys be there. The thing is, when you invite people to an event, the benefit that they get from the event, they accredit to you. And even if they can't make the event, they still will appreciate the fact that you invited them to such a resource, and now you become a center of resource for people. So when they need something, they come to you. People contact me all the time. My WhatsApp is blowing up now with people asking me for things. And I love it. I love being a center of resource. I call it a conduit of blessing. A conduit of blessing. I'm part of a group with this guy named Mark Jarrett. I invited him to come and join the... I invited him to come to the marketing cruise. And he said he's going to come. He's going to ask his wife if she wants to come. In the chat, I wrote down my template that I saved into EviAI. I write, I'm in a networking group that never closes. It has 500 WhatsApp groups. The CEO's name is Mark Jarrett. I think you might benefit from joining. It's just £99 a year to be a member, so it's super affordable, but the network is vast. Do you want an intro to Mark? Do you see the way I wrote that? Now, if I send that to somebody on WhatsApp and they say yes, they want an intro to Mark, then I just share it to Mark, and Mark gets the intro. And I love Mark. I've been an early adopter of his WhatsApp groups when he only had like 20 members. Right away, he asked me, I joined, I support him. So £100, who cares? I throw £100 at anybody, anytime. Not that I would throw £100 but if somebody comes to me with a £100 product and they're in my network and they're my top 1,000 people, I'm going to buy their product to support them. I don't go to all his stuff, but he's always promoting me and his stuff, and it turned into business too. But that's not my point. My point is I want to support you, Mark. He's like, could you become an affiliate? I said, keep your affiliate money. I'm going to send you people, and I'll make it a template inside EviAI. So when somebody says, how do I find more people on WhatsApp? Here's a guy who has 500 WhatsApp groups that are specialty groups. He has one called Power Women. He has one called LinkedIn Masterminds, Marijuana Masterminds, whatever. He has all these different business groups that he put together on WhatsApp that he has global people all over it. So, So this woman, Lauren Cohen, who I didn't meet on the cruise, I actually met her on the cruise group. She became a client of mine. She's an immigration attorney. Very cool woman. And she said, Joe, could you do me a favor? I'm looking for international people. And then as soon as Mark said, do you know anybody that wants to join my thing? Right away, I sent this message. This message right here, I sent it to Lauren. And Lauren just sent me a message 2 seconds ago. She says, I would love that. And yes, how much is 99 pounds? Is it international? How much is 99 pounds? I'm going to write 130 USD. I'm just going to introduce him to her and her to him by just clicking on the little plus sign in WhatsApp and just dropping her name in for him. And that's it. And I'm done. But that's my thought. My goal is the following. I want to make 3 introductions every day for people. If I made 3 a day, that's 1,000 a year on average. I'm done. I know that I add enough value to the world. I think it was, who's the guy that wrote Think and Grow Rich? Napoleon Hill. Do you guys know Napoleon Hill? Have you guys read the book, Think and Grow Rich? If you haven't read it, I do recommend you read it. Read it. If you have read it, go to ChatGPT and tell it to give you the principles of Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. ChatGPT will give you the principles. It's good stuff to quote out for yourself from a social media standpoint, to have that as part of your thing. You could also put in your own LinkedIn profile into ChatGPT and say, could you give me quotes of Napoleon Hill that are related to my personal brand? Now that's hot. So he talks about all types of stuff. My favorite one is about sexual permutation, how you can use your sexual energy to be able to get your goals done. Very, very powerful concept of like taking that energy and driving it. That's why he says seldom do men become successful before they're 50 because they're basically depleting their energy on other things other than business and success and so on. And so he writes in his book the idea of, if you want anything in life, you have to be able to know exactly what you want, write it down, and know what you're willing to give for what you want. Know what you're willing to sacrifice. What are you going to give for what you want? For me, it has to be big enough. If I want to be able to help 1 million people or generate a certain amount of money, I know that what I need to give, what I need to sacrifice, needs to be as big as what I want to receive. And so for me, what I'm giving is 1,000 introductions a year, and I've been doing that for a decade. So I'm always looking to make intros for people. So who can I connect with who? And that's why at 5:30 we're doing this event, and that's why this morning at 10 o'clock I had 35 people come to an event where I just basically helped each other do elevator pitches and supporting each other's content and so on. Dagmar says, I got to go. I'll watch the replay on Facebook, but I need to get on a client session. Okay, so let's start wrapping this up here. Any clear takeaways for things that you're going to implement in your business as a result of this?
Well, I'll go first. That's okay, everybody. I'm definitely gonna, well, my legal name is changing this week, so I will get my verification badge finally. So yay, I'm excited about that. But oh my gosh, Joe, so many good things. I'm definitely gonna get the business one sheet comment, 100 comments and likes on there, get my newsletter, weekly newsletter into LinkedIn as well, and definitely make a list of all the questions people ask me and write a powerful article about that too. Yeah.
I love that. And consider also thinking about a newsletter launch.
Newsletter launch.
I was going to say.
Like a LinkedIn newsletter launch. Carol, you want to share what you got? I see that you were raising your hand. I don't remember if you were or you weren't, but yeah, she's saying yes. So feel free to unmute and share what you thought about this event and what your action items are. I see you're still muted, but I know you're looking for that mute button feverishly. You're like, where'd that mute button go? Where'd it go? It's somewhere here. She's like, it's got to be on my phone somewhere. I think if you tap on your phone one time, and then the button appears, and then you tap on the unmute button. And if you can't figure it out, just throw your phone out the window.
Unmute. Hosts can unmute.
Oh, let me right-click and just hit Ask to Unmute. Let's see. I just pressed Ask to Unmute. I pressed it several times. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm stuck on the chat page. I can't get rid of this. It's okay. I learned so much. The one page is huge. I'm really excited to sign up. I've been delayed because my computer crashing, and I wanted to be able to have the computer back in order to, really utilize the functions because I can see better. So that's all happening. I've got a new computer. It's getting transferred. Thank you so much. I see on my profile that there's so many things that I'm lacking and ways that I can expand. I've only had social media ever in my life for 4 years. So I'm growing my connections on there. And I really love what you said about making introductions every day. I appreciate that deeply. So I'm really excited. Thank you so much, Joe.
Thank you.
Thank you, Diane.
I once had somebody come to me and said, BNI doesn't work. BNI networking doesn't work. And I said, how many introductions have you made in the past month? He's like, I don't know. I said, how many have you made in the past year? You've been in BNI for a year, right? How many did you make? He's like, I don't know, 2 or 3. I said, it's not that networking doesn't work. You don't work. I make 1,000 introductions a year. Go off and make intros. He's like, yeah, but I'm not getting anything out of the intros. I'm not making any money off it. I said, that's not the point. Go help other people. Zig Ziglar said that if you want to get anything in life, you have to help enough people get what they want. And the guy was shocked. He's like, wow, I don't really subscribe to that. I said, because you're a matcher. There are takers, givers, and matchers. I said, be a giver. The secret to living is giving. Stop trying to be a matcher. Adam Grant talks about in his book, Give and Take. There are 3 different types of people. There's the guy that takes. There's the guy that matches. And then there's the person who is a giver. And I said, thrive to be a giver and see what happens. And stop being afraid that other people are going to take too much from you. Dawn, you want to share what you got out of today?
Oh, wow. I've gotten so much out of today. Besides the newsletter launch, what really blew my mind was the list of all of the questions about you and making that go up to Google. I mean, because if we do a FAQ on ourselves and our business, I mean, that is that's so SEO heavy. I mean, my mind exploded on that one. I think that was the biggest takeaway that you have given me. I mean, that's powerful.
I love that. And with chat,
thank you for that.
Yeah, with chat and with all the tools that are available, you can make FAQs from today till tomorrow. So you can come up with unlimited questions to add there. So it's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Megan, what was your big takeaway from today other than you're wearing a red hat?
Yeah, okay. I mean, just so many as everyone else has, but I did really like your little trick about putting your title in the pronoun section. I thought that was great. Of course, the newsletter and the uploading the document as a document, that's great too, and getting people to comment and like that. But really overall, just giving more attention to LinkedIn, which I've known for the last couple years that it's something I want to focus on, and I haven't been giving it enough attention. So I'm looking forward to connecting with you more, Joe, and really appreciate. And whatever you did with my About page, I was so enthralled in watching it. I missed the steps of what you actually did. So is there going to be a replay of this somewhere?
Everything that I did here is on my Facebook page, on my Facebook profile. It's on my YouTube channel, and it's on Tammy's LinkedIn account. So it's all over like everywhere you can go, you'll find it. If you can't find it, just message me on WhatsApp. I'll send it to you in 2 seconds because I can just go anywhere and find it. And it's still recording right now. Like we're like recording it, and it's going to be on my regular YouTube channel as well because I have the Zoom, the different version on Zoom recording. So I have it recording my entire screen using OBS, which is an open broadcasting system that records my entire screen. And then I have Zoom recording itself. So that's a little bit higher quality, which I'll then later upload that separately to YouTube. And then I'll have my guy go in and kind of combine everything and make little shorts out of it.
Well, the amount of time of the stuff that you output, it blows me away. Like I just really want to know how you're managing your time and stuff. And anyway, I mean, we can talk more later, but one last question really fast. The difference between a premium LinkedIn and a sales navigator, is that the same thing or is it two different things?
It's two different things. LinkedIn Premium costs like, let's say $60 or $70 a month. LinkedIn Sales Navigator costs, say, $100 or $120, depending on there's different packages, and if you pay for the year or monthly. I think I pay $800 a year for Sales Navigator, and for Premium I would have to pay $600 a year or whatever at the time that I bought it. Now the price is a little higher, but the price difference is only a few $100s a year. So for me in my business, spending an extra few $100s a year doesn't make a massive difference to my bottom line. So I'm okay with spending a few $100 more. If it was $20,000, $30,000 more, it would make a big difference. But if it's just a few $100s more, I just spend a few $100s more and I get Sales Navigator. If I get one client in 10 years from it, it pays for the whole thing. And I've gotten many, many more than one client out of it. I recently got this guy who has 10,000 clients in Las Vegas. He paid for EviAI Pro. So it paid for itself right there. But also, he wants to get me in front of his 10,000 clients, and he wants to become an affiliate and promote. His name is Martin, and he had me write a chapter in his book. He was so impressed by our initial conversation. And that was cold outreach from Sales Navigator for the first time. He never saw me in his life. We got on the phone. I told him I'm 49% Polish. He's from Poland. He lives in Las Vegas, and we're like besties now. We're besties. He's on WhatsApp. He's on Facebook. I connected with him on X. I connected with him everywhere, just like that. So like I love going deep with people and really getting to know them. You can ask Tevye. Me and Tevye went pretty deep. Getting to know a person is getting to know them. And I believe that every single relationship is worth making it real. If you really love yourself, you can really love other people as well. So make those relationships real. So even if you don't have a LinkedIn account, people still call you. You still have conversations. You're still generating your business and so on. Jen's telling me to wrap up, so I'm going to wrap up. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you on 5:30. We're all going to be there at 5:30, same place.
Thank you so much, Joe. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Thanks, Diane. Thanks, Joe.
Bye, everyone.
I'm going to drop the link one more time if you guys want to check it out, but it's a game changer. So anyway.